Was Semiconductor just an excuse? Major allegations against Bihar's richest businessman. A gleaming building, a towering conference hall, and at the center sat the man who single-handedly built an empire in India's metal industry. Every eye was on him, every camera capturing his every move. But this time, he wasn't in the spotlight for a new deal or a record-breaking profit. Instead, he was surrounded by a storm of doubts and allegations. The name was Anil Agarwal, Bihar's richest businessman and the chairman of Vedanta Group. And the issue? Alleged financial irregularities under the guise of the semiconductor business. Today, we'll dive deep into this topic. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you're the first to receive updates on all our latest videos. Now, let's begin today's discussion without any further delay. The story begins with a report, not from India, but from the United States, whose echoes shook the corridors of India's corporate world. American short seller Viceroy Research made a shocking allegation that Anil Agarwal's Vedanta Group, particularly its semiconductor unit, was allegedly part of a fake commodity business. Not only that, but it was also claimed that the entire setup was a deliberate plan to avoid being classified as an NBFC, non-banking financial company. Now, when a billionaire industrialist, whose image has been strong in the corporate ecosystem for decades, faces such allegations, a storm is inevitable. But this time, the issue wasn't just about business. It had become a test of trust. Was the company that sparked hope for India's semiconductor future, in reality, just running a paper business? Vedanta Group immediately dismissed these allegations as baseless and misleading. In an official statement, the company clarified that all activities of Vedanta Semiconductors Private Limited, VSPL, are legally transparent and comply with regulatory standards. But the story doesn't end there. Let's now dig deeper into the report that stirred up this entire controversy. According to Viceroy Research, in April 2025, a whole mechanism was allegedly created to transfer brand fees to Vedanta Resources, the parent entity. And a key player in this strategy was VSPL. The report claims that the real motive behind VSPL wasn't to manufacture semiconductors at all, but to rescue Vedanta's parent company from a liquidity crisis at that time. Not just that, the report even claimed that VSPL was deliberately portrayed as a fake commodity operational unit to avoid classification as an NBFC. On paper, this company was supposed to be a semiconductor unit, but in reality, it was allegedly engaged in commodity trading on paper, involving items like copper, gold, and silver. You might be wondering, trading on paper? Yes, exactly. According to the report, this unit carried out trading on a zero-margin basis, meaning no profit, no loss, just a display. The entire activity resembled wash trading, where transactions are simulated rather than real, merely to mislead the market. VSPL allegedly attempted to raise funds through non-convertible debentures, NCDs, from foreign lenders, at a steep interest rate of 10%. To secure this, Vedanta Limited's stake in NZDL, likely a related entity, was pledged, adding yet another layer where the issue seemed far removed from semiconductors. And this is where the plot thickens. The report claims that this entire mechanism would have to be sustained for at least 24 months to avoid attracting the attention of regulators. Because if at any point India's regulatory system wakes up, the entire structure could collapse. Viceroy even went as far as to say that India's regulators are in a light slumber, a strong accusation that raises questions about the country's regulatory vigilance. So, was this all just a semiconductor dream, or was it really a complex financial web disguised as India's leap into chip manufacturing? A spokesperson for Vedanta maintains that all financial transactions between VSPL and Vedanta Limited were conducted fully in accordance with regulations and corporate governance norms. They also claimed that every detail, be it interest rates, loan terms, or securities, was disclosed transparently. But now the public is asking a crucial question. If everything was truly above board, then why was there a need to hide so much? There's another important point to consider. Vedanta Group has been visibly grappling with liquidity issues in recent years. Even in April 2024, Vedanta Limited faced a severe cash crunch. That's why the allegations grow stronger. Was VSPL simply a dummy unit set up to secure short-term funding for the group? We now stand at a crossroads. On one side, a multi-billion-dollar company claims everything is within the law. On the other, an international research firm presents a bundle of documents, analytics, and data alleging that the entire operation is a deception, a corporate illusion. Just think, if such a model works in India, what could be the consequences? Any company could simply create a unit on paper, showcase it to the market as working on future technology, and secretly run a financial shell game behind the scenes. Wouldn't that be a betrayal of India's innovation ecosystem? This isn't just a financial debate, it's a test of transparency, accountability, and the very credibility of India's tech-driven future. In sectors like semiconductors, where even governments are making massive investments, if a major company sets such a questionable role model, it could completely shatter the trust of genuine startups and true innovators. And at a time when India is racing against China and the United States for semiconductor supremacy, a controversy like this doesn't just damage the reputation of a single company, it threatens to undermine the nation's entire mission. The bitterest part of this story, if it truly is a conspiracy, is that ordinary investors stand to lose the most. Millions of small investors have placed their trust, and often their life savings, into companies like Vedanta. If these allegations turn out to be true, it's those investors who will suffer the biggest blow. But it's also possible this is all just a misunderstanding. Perhaps Viceroy research has overreached. Perhaps Vedanta really did follow all rules. But until there's an official investigation or a transparent audit, the questions will continue to loom. Now the big question is, will India's regulators wake up? Or will this story be buried in dust like so many other corporate scandals?
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.